All right, Russ Ward, the dirt racing route race chaplain. Who's going to win tonight?
Man, tell you what, the top 3 rows are tough.
Top 4 in the points right there.
I'm telling you, absolutely. But I'm going outside row 2 with Hudson O'Neill. We're going to see an O'Neill sweep tonight.
Devin Moran was good here last night, 8 to 2nd.
Absolutely.
He's going to win it tonight. Join his dad as a father-son combo. As we are going to do a 4-wide parade lap. A salute to you, the greatest fans in all of auto racing, dirt track fans. Behind the legendary Bob Waring Sr. car. And Bob Waring Sr., I think he's watching tonight. God bless you, sir. You're one of the all-time greats, the all-time runningest driver here at Lernerville. That's the car he drove in about 1979, 1980. Everybody up on your feet, a salute to you, fans. This is your starting lineup for the 57th Hillbilly 100 here at Lernerville Speedway, with the top dirt late model sanctioning body in the country, the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Always in remembrance of our founder, Forrest Lucas, passed away 1 week ago. Sponsored and owned the series starting in 2005. 21 years of greatness right there. Loved the grassroots racing, and he has taken, I mean, we've got a great staff. Rick Schwally, Wayne Castleberry in marketing. They've taken it to the #1 level in the National Touring Series for dirt late models, the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. More big races than anyone else. 11 races this year that pay $50,000 or more to win. 21 years ago, that would have been unheard of. $1,331,000 point fund. $250,000 for the champion. $20,000 to win for the Rookie of the Year. And again, the top 10 have earned over $2 million so far this year, and we got a lot of big races to go. We will be off a couple of weeks. We will be at Knoxville, then Brownstown for the Rayburn Memorial. And right now we got an issue here on the front straightaway on the parade lap as Joseph Joyner got on the gas there behind Devin Moran, and he had to spin out to avoid running into him.
Yeah.
I saw that with my own eyes on the front straightaway.
Absolutely, yeah.
Let's see it again here. You see him. Wow. Well, looks like everybody's going to be okay, so. You ever done that coming down the highway, Russ, and somebody stops all of a sudden in front of you? You're like, your stomach is, wow.
Well, yeah, anytime you got a 40-foot trailer behind you coming down the road.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it.
You have to go check your britches there.
In their truck yesterday, the team based in Birmingham, Alabama, they didn't even get out. They didn't even get, I don't know, a mile from the race shop, and it started smoking. So they're getting it worked on, so they had to call and bring in the Hunt to Front truck from Milton, Florida. All right, here we go. 100 laps, $30,000 to win the 57th Annual Hillbilly 100. Presented by Summit Racing Equipment, the Nutrien Solution Start Zone. The top 4 in the points. They're in the first 2 rows. We are underway. Oh, Davenport trying to keep it on the track. They try to go 3 wide into turn number 2 down the back straight to win the opening lap. Thornton has already dropped back to 4th. He gets it going back on the outside out of turn number 4. Who's going to lead lap number 1? And we got a spin, and it's Joyner. And we're going to have a Coleman Farms Racing caution and Garrett Alverson involved. But no lap scored. We only got 1 across the loop line. More than 1 car involved, and a huge break for a couple of drivers there because they will get their spot back, but damage on the right front of the 50 to Garrett Alberson, and Daniel Hilserbeck has a flat tire. And we've got a wheel cover on the racetrack as Hilsebeck, as we're going to drive her down here in the All Makes Collision Work Center. And Daniel Hilsebeck to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit, Garrett Moorbacher.
Yeah, left rear tire flat. The rim is damaged, and I believe that's where the hubcap came off over there in turn 4. 22 entry. Getting the back end lifted up. We're going to get the left rear tire changed. Remember, he flipped in qualifying back here in June, and I'm going to say Lernerville not the best place right now for Hilsebeck, but he got 100 laps. Maybe he can make his way up through the field here.
So he makes a pit stop. He'll have to go to the back, but it'll be a complete restart. Hilsebeck was scheduled to start 11th. So a good starting spot for him has gone awry here early on, as we will check the Dave Warren Power Sports replay, not only here at the track, but for you at home. Got sideways. Joyner kept going, so did Marlar, and then Alberson and Hilsebeck down there. So it'll be a complete restart, except those cars that go to the pits, which it was Daniel Hilsebeck, and they're still trying to get that wheel off. You see the bent rim on the 22H, Garrett.
Yeah, they're having trouble getting the wheel off because of that rim so bent. They're trying to beat it back into place so they can at least get the left rear off to get another new tire on, but the 2 minutes coming down to the wire here, James.
Yeah, you get courtesy laps if you've got a tire down. So we'll restack them here. So we only got one car across the loop line, so that means it'll be a complete restart. So break for a couple of drivers. Thornton dropped back to 4th, actually, in the running order. And they're still trying to get it off. Now Austin Hargrove from the Rocket 1 team.
Just the hammers keep getting bigger, James.
Yeah, it does. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to do.
Boy, that is a tough place to be.
So it'll be a complete restart here. Everybody's going to get their spot back except for the 22 who did go to the pits. So it'll be Davenport, Thornton, Moran, O'Neill, Joyner, and Shepard.
James, they're going to try to use a jack now to get this rim bent back in so they can get this left rear off. Doing everything they can to try to get this left rear tire off.
Yeah, but the one to go signal has been given. Well, that's a Hellraiser jack. That'd probably help him out, but they have got to hustle to get back on the tail end of this field. No laps complete, 100 to go. As they make their way down the back straightaway here at the house that Don Martin built. 1967, their first year. Here we go at the Nutrient Ag Solutions start zone. We're underway. Crossover by Thornton. He's going to try to throw the slider in on Davenport. He'll clear him. Out at turn number 2, Davenport with the crossover. Well, a much better start that time for Thornton because he had dropped back to 4th on that first lap that was negated with the caution, and Ricky Thornton Jr. will lead lap 1. In the 20 RT, Davenport 2nd, Moran, O'Neill your top 4. Out at turn number 2, 100 laps. We've seen it here in the Firecracker the last few years. The Lucas Oil has been sanctioning that race. It is a lot of laps around this 4/10 mile oval, and right now they go into turn number 1 with Thornton out in front. Davenport won the Firecracker, and Colt Flinders got a problem at 48. The Coleman Farms Racing caution is out for the Allison Park, Pennsylvania driver as he heads to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. Got 2 laps in the books.
James, I'll tell you, on that last restart there, I seen Hudson O'Neill and Devin Moran get together. Wheels jumped up. One of them was up in the air, so keep an eye on both of those cars for some damage possibly later.
Good call, Russ. Garrett Moorbacher, 48 car, as we have a car down here in the All Makes Collision service area as well.
Yeah, they're checking under the hood here on the John's Towing 48. Going to jack up the right front. Little smoke blowing out of the 48 as he headed down the backstretch, so hopefully it's nothing too bad. They're going to check under the hood as they lift up the John Johnson 48.
Yeah, I talked to Colton earlier. He's had some smoke out of that car. He called the engine builder, Jay Dickens, and they asked about it. So they tried to get that leak stopped. They haven't, but he said as long as the car runs at full power, then run it. Here we go. Let's see the Dave Warren Power Sports replay of what happened between the 71 and the 99, Russ. As a good catch there. And on this restart, oh, yes, a lot of contact there. Yeah, left rear of O'Neill, right front of Moran, and that could be an issue here later on.
Absolutely, that could really be hard on Devin's right front there. We'll have to keep an eye on that. That could definitely cause some driving issues.
Well, 2 laps in the books. We still got 98 to go as Flinner down there in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce hot pit. By the way, Hilsebeck did make it back out. And Colton Flinner does too, Garrett.
Yeah, Colton Flinner making his way back out with help of crew. Him and John Garvin Jr. also down here, so sound like the crew was pretty confident everything's okay. And like you said, James, Daniel Hilsebeck back out. He will be 2 laps down.
That is correct. He has not scored a lap so far, but again, a long race. You may have some attrition. We'll have to see as Ricky Thornton Jr. got the lead. Throwing the slider in on Davenport, cleared him. Davenport in second. Then it's Moran, O'Neill, Shepard, Marlar, Alberson, Joyner, Boom, and then Max Blair. 22 cars, 2 laps down. All right, on the restart. All 28 starters still out there. Here they come out of turn number 4. Green is back out. Man, that was wild there on that start as Thornton was way up against the wall here on the main straightaway. Battle for lead now to turn number 2. Here comes Devin Moran. Moran's gone to second. Davenport goes to the outside at 99. Here comes Shepard in 1. Off at turn number 4. Thornton still leads. Moran now second. Davenport will shoot to the bottom into turn number 1. They'll go right there side by side with Devin. AD and Devin as Devin up the track. Davenport will go back to second. Good run out of turn 2 for Davenport. Meanwhile, battle back here. Shepard is gone to 4th. Here comes Alberson in 58. O'Neill still running the top at 71. 4 in the record books. 96 to go. Keep an eye on that left rear of O'Neill as he and Moran on that last restart before this one. There was contact, and right now they're battling on the track for 3rd and 4th as Thornton still leads Davenport into turn number 1. So Ricky Thornton Jr. has never won the Hillbilly 100. He's only been in it a couple of times the last few years. Of course, we did not run this race a year ago at Tyler because it was rained out. And before that, Davenport won. And before that, it was Kyle Larson on a weeknight won the Hillbilly 100. And right now, 6 in the record books here tonight. The top 2 in the points. Run top 2 in this race. In fact, the top 4 in the points all run in that order. Thornton, Davenport, Moran, and O'Neill. Brandon Shepard is still 5th. He's 5th in the points. Alberson is 6th in the points. You can't make this stuff up. And now Davenport, he goes to the outside. Ricky Thornton Jr. still plenty of racing room down the main straightaway as we score lap number 8 here tonight. Davenport, the Firecracker 100 winner here in June. Down the back straightaway. Ricky Thornton Jr. trying to make it back-to-back national championships in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Jonathan Davenport, if he can get championship number 4, that would equal Earl Pearson Jr. and Jimmy Owens. Right now they're on the same straightaway at the tail end of the field. It's about a 3-4 car length advantage off at turn 4. Down the main straightaway. Thornton's going to stretch it out that lap as we score lap 10. Davenport still second. Moran, O'Neill, Shepard top 5. Then Alberson, Marlar, Blair, Joyner, Boom 10th in 99B. So Ricky Thornton Jr. and Jonathan Davenport going to pick up the tail end of the field here in about another half a lap as they head into turn number 1. There's the battle back here between Brandon Shepard and Hudson O'Neill side by side off of turn 4. Into turn 1 as they're going to gut into the heavy traffic here. As right now all 28 starters still on the track as Thornton will pick up the tail end of the field. Off at turn number 4, Chubb Frank, the first car to go a lap down. Battle back here between O'Neill, Shepard, and Garrett Alberson into turn number 1. 12 laps have been completed here tonight. Meanwhile, Thornton working the outside of Chubb into 3. Moran trying to make up some time. Devin about 2.8 seconds behind the battle for the lead here off of turn 4. Heavy traffic into turn number 1. Meanwhile, Thornton making quick work as he goes to the outside of Tyler Dietz. And he'll come back to the bottom. Devin Moran solid in third. Has no pressure from anyone behind him. But a good battle back here, a good 4-car battle right here between Brandon Shepard, Hudson O'Neill, Garrett Alberson, and Mikey Marlar, who's won this race twice. Right now, Thornton making it look easy. Going to slow the track at turn 4 right in front, and he almost slipped off the track as he got around. I believe that was Flinner, and at turn number 1. So Thornton made some nifty moves at Port Royal last week. Now he's got about 2 lap cars between first and second as we got a car slowing in turn number 2. And that is Kyle Bronson of the Coleman Farms Racing. Caution is out for the Brandon, Florida driver.
James, I noticed before we got into lap traffic there that you could see the lines that Thornton was running and that Davenport was running. Thornton was just a little bit lower on the track. 2 different lines for them guys. Right there before they got to lap traffic, Davenport dropped down, was trying to search around, find a little better groove, but 2 distinct lines just between the 2 leaders before they got into lap traffic. This track is widening out, and it's going to be a good race.
We got to be aggressive in traffic, right? I mean, Thornton, we saw that last week at Port Royal on Friday and Saturday, throwing it in there, trying to clear these cars that are tail end of the field. Right now, 15 laps scored, Russ, 85 to go. As Kyle Bronson, Garrett Morbach are into the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. They're looking under the hood of that machine.
Yeah, they got the hood up here, and Kyle making hand gestures to check something. Remember, he had problems last night with the motor. They're also going to jack up the back end here, maybe check there as well, but something awry here in the 40B down here in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit.
He was running 23rd at the time. Right now, Ricky Thornton Jr. is out in front, 15 laps complete. Jonathan Davenport is second, Devin Moran third, Brandon Shepard is fourth, Hudson O'Neill is fifth. Sixth is Garrett Alberson, seventh Mikey Marlar, eighth Max Blair, ninth Joseph Joyner, 10th is Boom Briggs. See if we have an early contender for the Hoker Trucking Hard Charger of the race. As we'll get them in single file and then we'll double them up, as we are doing right now. So far in the Hoker Trucking Hard Charger, it's Brandon Overton up 7 spots, 21st to 14th. Going to go green next time around. Rob Penrod, the furled green flag. Well, Hilsenbeck still 2 laps down. Chubb Frank, I believe, is out of the race in the 1 star. It's like 27 of the 28 starters. So that'll clear out traffic for Ricky Thornton Jr. at the Nutrien Ag Solutions restart zone. Here comes Moran, here comes Davenport as we go back green. Swings it way out wide there going into turn number 1. Gets the momentum down there. Davenport, Moran tries to go to the bottom. Moran got second on one of those restarts and right now trying to hold on to it, but he can't as Davenport goes back around him. Here comes Shepard, here comes Alberson on the outside of O'Neill. Then Max Blair and Mikey Marlar. Off at turn 4, RT Chase still with the lead. In the 20 RT for Bobby and Jessica Coleman. The Coleman Farms Racing caution is out. We got a car slowing in turn number 2, and it's Donald McIntosh. Looks like he's got a tire down as he makes his way to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit area. By the way, get your favorite Heartbeat Hot Sauce product. Go to heartbeathotsauce.com or on Amazon. as Garrett Moorbacher, the top rookie so far this year in the Lucas Oil Series, into the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit.
H&H Auto Sales, Hicks Racing 79 down here in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. Left rear shoe flat here for McIntosh, and he set quick time in Group A last night, so he's got a fast hot rod underneath him still. 84 laps to go. A lot of action here in the first 16 laps, James.
Well, Thornton's still leading. He's led from the drop of the green after that pile up in turn number 4 to get a new restart.
James, who's leading for $1,000 local driver.
Oh, local driver, $1,000. Brought to you by Peluso Roofing. Let's see. 317, Schulten Brands 18. $1,000. The highest finishing driver out of that group, we said. Between Flinner, Ferree, Schulten Brand. All right, here we go. As he gets courtesy laps, as he's getting ready to come back out. He is Donald McIntosh, as we have a car down here in the All Makes Collision service area. So McIntosh back out. See Hilsebeck down there. There's your race leader, Ricky Thornton Jr., 12 wins this year in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, and 54 in his career. So it's Thornton, Davenport, Moran, Shepard, O'Neill, your top 5. 6th is Alberson and Max Blair, Marlar, Boom, and in Joyner, 10th. Overton, Ferguson, McCready, Troutman, and Pinkerton, your top, or Pinkerus rather, your top 15. Brock Pinkerus in his first Hillbilly 100. Okay, now Davenport's going to pick the outside on Moran. Russ Moran gets good starts into 1 and 2, but he can't hold that second spot coming out of 2, can he?
I just wonder if that damage is bothering him. You know, he took that hit there with Hudson O'Neill earlier, and it's got to hurt that right front wheel. Anytime you bend something up there, the car just is a handful the entire race.
Yeah, we'll see if that may make it tough to turn. Remember, he had a brake issue. He was running good in the Firecracker back in June, had a brake issue, had to pit. All right, here we go. 16 complete. Chandler, Arizona native, now living in Indianola, Iowa. As they come out of turn number 4, back under wet, he still swings away out wide. You just hope you don't jump the cushion, right, or put it in the wall. But right now, Thornton out of turn number 2 down the back straight. And again, Davenport is going to go to the outside of Moran. Can Moran make it stick in 3 and 4? He's right on the bottom against that berm out of turn number 4. Moran's going to slide up the track, and Moran's going to go to second in 99, but a long way to go. And again, out of turn number 2, cannot quite make it stick. Davenport back to second. Shepard runs in 4th. O'Neill, Max Blair's trying to move up through in the 111. Keep an eye on him. Always good at Lernerville. And Blair right now in the 5th spot. And we got a Coleman Farms Racing caution is out. In turn number 4, we've got Joyner turned around to the 19M. And he has got a wrecked quarter panel. A tough night for Joseph Joyner. Again, he will be in this ride for the remainder of the season for Colton Miller. So we got 2 more laps in, 18 complete. Lap by lap, Russ. We'll check the Dave Warren Power Sports replay, and you'll see it right there. And yeah, got hooked there in the right rear. And looks like the 99B. You're racing that hard in the car. I mean, you know, it's so easy. But we saw that at, Wheatland a couple years ago with, Earl Pearson and Jimmy Owens, 2 good friends, right? And they hooked quarter panels. That was not 2 quarter panels hooking. All right, we've got 18 in the books. Thornton, Davenport, Moran, Shepherd, Blair. Max Blair. Max Blair in that 111. Yes, Garrett.
Joyner journey continues. It gets the right rear shoe on. Going to try to make sure that sheet metal is not rubbing up against it, but they're going to put a new right shoe on while he's down here in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. Oh, they're putting the old one back on now. I don't know what happened, but they're trying to get the old one back on. Here's the fender with the damage in the way, trying to get the 19M back out on the speedway.
Yeah, that's a rule. You bring out the caution for a single car. You cannot change tires unless it's flat. Now, other drivers can come in and change tires. They all still have to go to the back anyway, but that tire was not flat, so he's going to come back out. They got the quarter panel fixed to get the lug nuts back on. 18 laps complete. Max Blair started 13th, Russ, in the 111. You know how well he runs here at Lernerville. Could he get the biggest win of his late model career?
Boy, that'd be a big upset, wouldn't it?
I tell you what, he ran good here back at Lernerville. That was one of the reasons he dropped off the Outlaws tour, because he was going to miss the Firecracker, and he said, I can't have that. He looks to return to the Lucas Oil Series in 2026 is what he's hoping for. Here we go. 18 in the books. Thornton, Davenport, Moran, Shepherd, Blair, O'Neill, Alberson, Marlar, Boom, McCready now 10th. He won a B main. He started in 17th, back underway. Never count out T-Mac as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. 20 RT and 49. 99. Shepherd's going to the top. Shepherd is going to stay to the top. Here comes Max Blair digging on the bottom in the 111 down the main straightaway for 4th. Half a car length behind Shepherd as we score lap number 19. Out at turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Davenport way up there trying to keep that right rear hoosh. He goes to the outside. Thorne's going to slide up the track. Here comes Davenport ahead of steam. Moran's going to go to the top down the main straightaway. If this thing can stay green, it's been pretty entertaining as they go into turn number 2. Now Davenport, what's he going to do out of 2? Oh man, tiptoes the top down the back straightaway, gets the momentum. He'll fire it off into turn number 3. Eases off the gas, back on it, down the main straightaway, through the middle. It's still 20 RT and 49. 99 is 3rd. Brandon Shepherd is the 4th. Blair 5th. O'Neill, Alberson, Marlar, McCready's to 9th. McCready started in 17th. He's now 9th in the 9. Carson Ferguson is 10th at 93. Two of the best in the business right here. 20 RT and 49. 22 in the books. Out of turn number 2, the deficit is 4/10 of a second now as Davenport trying to creep a little bit closer. Now he'll diamond off the corner, brings it back through the middle. Thorne's still married to that top down the main straightaway. Battle back here as O'Neill's going to lose another spot to Alberson. Garrett Alberson up to 6th. O'Neill back to 7th. Marlar 8th. McCready 9th. Ferguson 10th. Overton is 11th. And it's Trauman, Erb, Boom, and Zarin, your top 15. Tim McCready knows his way around this racetrack. And right now, he's got 2 drivers in front of him, and Marlar and O'Neill, as O'Neill loses another spot. O'Neill back to 8th. Mikey Marlar, 2-time Hillbilly 100 winner. You're not missing anything up front. The advantage is almost a full second for the 20 RT. See the battle there. Marlar is 7th, O'Neill 8th, McCready 9th. Overton has climbed to 10th. So Kyle Bronson out of this one. Long stretches the lead out now. They're going to pick up the tail end of the field, which is entering turn number 1. As Thornton right now will enter the turn number 1 as well. So it's 1.2 seconds the advantage for the 20 RTs. They're almost 3 wide out of turn 4 right here. O'Neill, McCready. How about Carson Ferguson? A good run for him. The Paler Motorsports 93. Down the back straightaway. McCready's got a left rear flatted. Car number 9. And the Coleman Farms Racing caution is out again. And Joyner into the hot pit. Getting Bronson out of the race, but Tim McCready had worked his way up there from 17th. Inside the top 10, but he's in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit in the Briggs Transport number 9, Garrett.
And another left rear flat tire here in Hillbilly 100 action, as now Joyner's going to change the right shoe as he has the opportunity now with McCready, who is charged from the B main win to 9th, battle with Hudson O'Neill and Brandon Overton. Looks like you're going to change the left rear, and Joyner's going to change the right rear here in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit.
All right, Gary, good job. Thank you very much. Well, that clears out traffic, so it'd be Thornton out there by himself. Davenport is second, Moran third, Shepard fourth, Blair fifth, Alberson sixth, Marler seventh, O'Neill eighth, McCready was ninth. Now to be Overton ninth, 10th is Ferguson. Still a long way to go. We're still 24 laps shy of the halfway mark, Russ.
Yeah, James, I'm watching Ricky Thornton come up through the field there around getting into lap traffic, and he is running a line off of 3 and 4 where he comes up and bangs this cushion out of turn 4. Mm-hmm. You just got to wonder how long that right rear will take a beating like that. The cushion's getting pretty good over there coming out of 4, and Ricky just goes up and bangs it every time.
And then here's Blair, like on the bottom, right? Working his way up back in there. Max is now 5th, and then Brad Pochas 111. All right. Back to green, 26 scored here tonight. Clay Harris has got a issue as he goes to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. He's running 18, but no courtesy laps as Joyner comes back out. Nutrient Ag Solutions restart zone back underway at Lernerville. Oh man, in the one. And Clay Harris is back out on the track as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Moran still cannot hold second. Here comes Shepard. Here comes Marler. Mikey Marler digging on the bottom of the 157 down the main straightaway. It's a hornet's nest out of 4. Man, if we could just keep it green. 27 scored. Out at turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Clay Harris came out in front of your leaders, made well for the lead into turn number 3. Will throw it in. He'll slide it up the track. Here comes Davenport through the middle. Moran and Shepard going at it. Here comes Marler. Here comes Blair. Here comes Alberson. Here comes Brandon Overton in 76. Brandon Overton's up to 8th as they head down the back straightaway. Ricky Thornton Jr. slides it up the track. You wonder, man, is he abusing his tires or not? Davenport, we know he's one of the best. I mean, Scott Bloomquist was the best. Davenport is one of the best as well in conserving tire wear. And we got a long way to go. We're still 21 laps shy of halfway at Lernerville. Ford slides across the track down the main straightaway as we score lap 30 here tonight.
You know, looking at Ricky's car, he's really having to slide it across the track and really abuse the tires a little bit. Davenport's car looks really straight and smooth, and I think he's just biding his time and counting down the laps.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. They can see that scoreboard in the infield. We got 31 laps scored as we work lap 32 down the back straightaway. The deficit is it's about 0.8 of a second. Evan Moran trying to stay there as well. Brandon Shepard in 4th. Blair still in 5th at the 111. And Garrett Alberson. 32 complete. 68 to go. Right now it's about a 10-car length advantage for Thornton as he slides it out of turn number 4. The tail end of the field is entering turn number 1. Exiting turn number 2 as Thornton goes into 1 right now. Get to traffic. We'll see what happens. We haven't raced a whole lot in traffic here tonight, but right now, Thornton stretching it out. Devin Moran still 3rd. Meanwhile, Shepard 4th, Max Blair 5th as it's settled in here in the top 5 of a turn number 4 down the main straightaway. 34 laps complete here tonight at Lernerville of 100. 1.4 seconds the advantage as we score lap 35 this time around. Kind of settled down a little bit now. Long green flag stretch of racing. There's the battle there. Max Blair in the 1-11, and the 1 is Shepard. Out of turn number 2. Again, the 6 car is now a lap down. That is Clay Harris. Ricky Thornton Jr. How about that last week? That battle last week he had there with Moran and Chris Madden. He used the Anthony Macri line. He's seen enough sprint car races there. As Colton Flinner is out of this one in 48. He used the Anthony Macri line off of turn number 2 up against that wall at Lernerville. Alex Ferrig's going to call it a race in the 1C. The Lynn Geisler number 1 Cochran car out of this one. I believe Schaltenbrand may be the only car left eligible for that $1,000 bonus. He finished second in this year's points. Meanwhile, he scored 37 laps. And we got a Coleman Farms Racing caution is out. We got a car going the wrong way down here in turn 4. They got turned around. Not sure what happened, and that's Kenny Schaltenbrand. He was the only one left out there for that Peluso Roofing bonus, $1,000 between 3 drivers. So Ferree is out, Flinner is out, Schaltenbrand staying out there. We'll take a look at the Dave Warren Power Sports replay. You just get down on that berm, Russ, and in your nose, and then, you just lose control of it.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of a lip down there.
There's a lip down there in that berm, and you get the front end off the ground, and then you can't steer it. So 37 scored, and we've got Colton Flinner. Well, he nursed it as long as he could.
Yeah, that's never good.
That John Johnson owned car, so it dejected Colton Flinner. O'Neill to the heartbeat also thought that he had been dropping back in the 71 car, Garrett.
Yeah, it looks like a shock adjustment here in the rear of the 71. Third place run last night for Hudson O'Neill, as it looks like Joyner also gets a new left shoe in the 19M. It looks like Hudson will come back here. A lot of action in the heartbeat hot pit for the first half of this race here, James.
Yeah, he ran as high as 4th, but O'Neill was back to 15th in the running order, so he makes a pit stop and left to go to the back. So Chubb Frank is out. Tyler Dietz, Kyle Bronson, Daniel Hilsebeck, I believe, is still out there. He's 2 laps down. Ferree is out. Flinner is out. Harris is a lap down in 6. All right, Delaware double file restart. 37 complete. Still 13 shy of the Hellraiser Jack's halfway mark. Ricky Thornton Jr.'s led every lap tonight. Moran to be hoping at least one time Davenport to pick the bottom, right? Well, the 20 RT and the 49, they've been good anywhere here. Blair, he's going to restart on the outside now of Shepard. We'll see what he has then. Marler and Alverson. 63 to go. Nutrient Ag Solutions restart zone. Moran trying to pick up some moisture there on the bottom. Let's see if he can hang on to it. Out at turn number 2. They work that berm down there. Davenport, Brown, Moran down the back straightaway. Looking for the lead. Is he going to think about it? No. Thornton shut the door. Here they come out of turn number 4. Davenport right through the middle. Thornton way up top side of that right rear. He's going to still maintain the lead at turn number 1. Out at turn number 2, down the back straightaway. If this thing can stay green, I want to see him race through traffic, see what happens. They come out of turn 4. It's still 20 RT, 49.99. Blair is to 4th in the 111. And we got a car slowing, and that is Corey Lawler and smoke out of the 93, and the Coleman Farms Racing caution is out. He could not make it back to the infield pit, and he's out of the car. So fire out of the hood of the 93. And Corey Lawler, regular for the 2nd year in a row in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, is up in smoke. He is out of the car. Garrett, down there with the Corey Lawler. First off, looks to be okay, but we'll find out what happened here to the 93.
Yeah, looks like engine expired here. Corey, any indication it was going to happen or not at all?
Not really, just probably hit something on the bottom. Down here in 3 and 4, it's a little rough on the bottom.
Glad to hear you're all right, though.
Thank you.
How about it, guys? Corey Lawler, engine expired, we're all good. He said it's never happened to me before, so I had to quickly jump out of that 93 car.
Here's the Dave Warren power. Yeah, see right there. Man, Dave Ebert almost got in the back of him there. Good job by Ebert to avoid it. There you see the fire there under the hood, the carburetor. Corey out of the car, out of the race. 39 laps scored. It's Thornton, Davenport, Moran, Blair again now for it. Shepard, Alberson, Overton, Marlar, Ferguson, Troutman is 10th. So the Hooker Trucking Hard Charger. How about Brandon Overton, Russ? 21st to 7th. O'Neill back to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. Remember, he's 4th in the points. He's got Shepard in 5th and Alberson in 6th in the points. Overton is always quiet, and he sneaks in there. Man, that tough break at Florence, wasn't it? When he had a good starting spot, the hood came off the car on the green the first lap of the race, and he had to go to the back.
Yeah, they've been a little bit on a struggle bus. They're not running bad, but they just haven't been able to hit on it just quite yet. But I tell you what, when him and Burrows get things together, they're going to be a team to mess with. So
he won this race in 2018. All right, you see O'Neill down there, 3rd last night as he gets a push back out on the racetrack. So he'll come back out on the tail end of the lead lap cars, and I believe that's 22nd. So it's Ricky Thornton Jr., Jonathan Davenport, Devin Moran, Max Blair, Brandon Shepard, Garrett Alberson, Brandon Overton, Mike Marlar, Carson Ferguson Knight, Drake Troutman 10th. Then it's Tyler Erb, Tim McCready, Logan Zarin, Boom Briggs, Brock Pinkerus, Joseph Joyner, Dan Ebert, Clay Harris, Donald McIntosh, Schulten, Brandon O'Neill, and then Hilsebeck. Thornton's got that turn 4 figured out, doesn't he? Like he did turn 2 at Port Royal last week, right? He said, I watch a lot of sprint car races at Port Royal, and watching Anthony Macri do that as he did last week when he went around Madden for the lead. Those hectic last 5 laps. Here we go, back underway. Oh my. He comes out of view of the picture right there as they go into 1. Oh, Davenport slips up a little bit. Moran goes to 2nd. Can he hold on to it? Moran wants more than that. He wants another spot as they come out of turn number 1. Davenport throws it in, and Moran gets him back on the crossover. Holy cow, threw that one into Pittsburgh as they come out of 2 down the back straightaway. Jonathan Davenport. He was fired up after that first heat tonight as they come out of turn 4. Shepard and Blair are side by side for spot down the main straightaway. 41 complete. Ricky Thornton Jr. still with the lead, 1.1 seconds over Devin Moran. His dad Donnie won it 3 times, the Hillbilly 100. Still 8 shy of the halfway mark as they head into turn number 1. Brandon Overton's up to 6th in 76. Brandon Overton started in 21st to 6th in the 76, and he may not be done yet. Tyler Erb coming up as well. Turbo to 9th in the best performance 1. Now Davenport's retaking that 2nd spot as we are 7 laps shy of the halfway mark. As Hudson O'Neill slows on the main straightaway in the 71 car. And he's not going to make it back to the pit area. And the Coleman Farms Racing caution is out. 7 laps shy of the halfway mark. Hudson O'Neill, 3rd last night, 4th in the points as he hits the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit under the direction of crew chief Jason Durham.
Good racing up front there, James.
I know.
Max Blair's coming on along with Brandon Shepard. I think we're going to have a 4 or 5 car battle for the lead here really soon.
That Brandon Overton, he's sneaky good, isn't he, there? Yes, Garrett, down to you and Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit.
Yeah, they're checking under the hood here for Hudson. He said something does not feel right. He's going to check the rear as well. We're down here making a shock adjustment. Unfortunate for the third place runner last night. Also, Clay Harris down here. It looks like he's changing the left rear tire. But you hit it on it, James. If this thing stays green, this could get real interesting at the front of the field.
The leader doesn't like racing through traffic, but I want to see racing through traffic. I'm going to be selfish on that, right? You like to see that.
Absolutely.
Well, so far so good for Thornton. 43 laps. We still have 37 to go. No, we have 57 to go. All right, Thornton, Davenport, Moran, Blair, Shepard, Overton, Alberson, Marlar, Turbo, and Carson Ferguson. I see the shine on the track, but they've raced all over it. Back underway, Neutron X loses starts, and they fan out 3 wide down the main straightaway. Thornton comes back down. Can he make it stick? Davenport out at 2. Davenport's going to have a run. Here comes Moran on the bottom at 99. Into 3 is it coming, Nope. Going to go back to the outside as Thornton shuts the door. Meanwhile, Blair got in there and he touched Moran, got into Moran. The left rear tire of the 99 as they're 3 wide down the main straightaway. Man, oh man, oh man, that was nearly disastrous. We'll have 45 this time around, 20 and 49. Top 2 in the points going at it for 30K at Lernerville. Battle behind them. Well, Moran's had the right front hit. He's had the left rear hit, but he's still out there in 3rd. Shepard 4th, Blair 5th, Overton 6th. Meanwhile, Davenport sizes up the lead. He'll let out of the gas. Now he'll floor it out of turn number 4 right through the middle on Overton and the Thornton into turn number 1. That is an entertaining battle there. If we can keep this thing green, it may go down to the end. Who knows? They head down the back straightaway. The lead is 0.3 of a second. Ricky Thornton Jr. and Jonathan Davenport. Devin Moran trying to catch him. Down the main straightaway. Blair, Shepard, Overton, Alberson, Marlowe, Erb, and McCready's 10th. Remember, McCready had a left rear flat. He pitted earlier in this race. He's up to 10th and number 9. Down the back straightaway. Lap 48 we work here in the Hillbilly 100. Ricky Thornton Jr., Jonathan Davenport, Devin Moran, Max Blair, and Brandon Shepard, your top 5. O'Neill is back out on the track. He's back here, and he's about a straightaway ahead of the race for the lead here off of turn number 4. The Hellraiser Jack's halfway mark is going to be coming up next time around. That's a $100 bonus courtesy of Tim Sheets of Hellraiser Jacks as we stay green. Out of 2 down the back straightaway. Thought, man, he almost slipped off the track there out of 2. That is a thin line up there. Hellraiser Jack's halfway to the 20-yard tee. Jonathan Davenport is 2nd. Devin Moran 3rd. Max Blair is 4th. Battle for 5th off of 4. Shepard, and then you have the 76 of Brandon Overton. Ricky Marlowe 7th. Garrett Alberson, Tyler Erb, Carson Ferguson, McCready, Boom, Zarin, Troutman Joyner 15th. 76 and 1 as you see them come off a turn number 4. They're side by side right there. Half a car length the advantage for Brandon Shepard. In 51 complete. As we come out of turn number 2, Thornton is starting to stretch it out. Now Moran and Max Blair trying to reel in Jonathan Davenport off of turn 4.
James, I've been watching Alberson and Turbo back here in the pack. They are just going at it, slide jobs one after another. Banged doors a couple times down the straightaway, and I don't believe they're finished yet.
Good call on that one. Off of turn number 4. It is still Ricky Thornton Jr. He's led every lap so far tonight, all 53 of them. Several caution flags during this race. They head down the back straightaway. Thornton, he runs right on that right rear, almost off the racetrack as they come out of turn number 4. Meanwhile, Devin Moran and Max Blair are making up time on Davenport. JD is still about 7-8 car lengths ahead of those two. Into turn number 1. Out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway as they go around the 71 of Hudson O'Neill. off at turn number 4 as we have 55 in the books for Ricky Thornton Jr. Now he'll work behind the 29 of Kenny Schultenbrand down the back straightaway, the two-time track champion here at Lernerville, as he continues to stretch out his lead in that Bobby and Jessica Kohler 20 RT Cornet power plant under the hood tonight of that Longhorn.
You know, O'Neill's car really seems off pace, but at this time of the year, he can't afford to pull off and head up a DNF. You know, points are everything going into this championship fight. So he's got to make laps tonight for sure.
Yep. And don't forget also that Big River Steel Big Four headed to after Knoxville. That's $10,000. And right now, that's going to be between Thornton and Davenport. Moran is third in the points. O'Neill is fourth, but they're far enough behind that it's going to be either Thornton or Davenport's going to get that 10K, and that means a lot to them. As right now, out at turn number 4, as it's slicked up from top to bottom. Ricky Thornton Jr. off at turn number 4. Jonathan Davenport now as we battle traffic at turn number 1 with 58 complete. Down the back straightaway, the deficit is 1.4 seconds. Now Davenport can see the 20 RT as he goes through the middle, slides to the top. Here comes Davenport, Moran, and Blair trying to stay close enough for a late race charge down the main straightaway. Remember, we had a restart with 14 to go last night, and when Moran went from 5th to 2nd. Just has not been able to make the car stick. As he said in his interview last night, just can't make it stick to get into that 2nd spot officially as they come off of turn number 4 as we have 40 to go. So Moran around O'Neill. 60 complete here. Ricky Thornton Jr. into turn number 3, Davenport. Off of turn number 4 is the 20 RT. Davenport has him in his sights. No lap cars between 1st and 2nd. The deficit is 1.2 seconds as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Now Thornton slips up a little bit. Here comes Davenport. Has a little bit of a run. It's still a pretty good lead for Thornton, but that's going to close quickly as he's got heavy traffic in front of your leader, and it's going to slip. He almost had that right rear off the cushion that time. It almost went over the cushion, and Davenport's cut it to 0.8 of a second down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3, working around Brock Pinkress in his first Hillbilly 100, coming off his first win in a super late model, and there's contact. The 20 RT and the 555. In the one, the lead is still 0.8 of a second. Out at turn number 2, Thornton gets around Bam Bam down the back straightaway, and Bam Bam's trying to race the leader. Thornton may not like that as they come out of turn 4, slides up the track. Davenport right through the middle. Here comes Moran. Here comes Blair. Brandon Overton is 5th, and it's Shepard, Marlar, Turbo, Ferguson, and Alberson's back to 10th. 64 laps complete. Now Davenport's got to deal with Pinkress. Has got to make quick work. He has hit the berm and slid up the track. Might have been a little bit of contact between the 49 and the 555, but he clears it. Now you got the 79 of McIntosh, the 19 Emma Joseph Joyner down the back straightaway. There you see the deficit on your screen. 35 laps remaining for $30,000. Thornton is going to throw it in on McIntosh. He will clear him into turn number 1. You've got to be aggressive in traffic. 4/10 mile oval, and right now Thornton can clear Joyner. He'll have some clear traffic for a clear racetrack for a couple laps as he does on Joseph Joyner. Jonathan Davenport still second. A long green flag stretch of racing here at Lernerville in the Hillbilly 100. 1.2 seconds the advantage for Ricky Thornton Jr. A clear racetrack heading into turn number 3. On Davenport, he's going to have to clear his fellow Georgian, Donald McIntosh. He comes through the middle between the 79 and the 19. 3rd is Moran. 4th is Max Blair. 5th is Brandon Overton. 6th is Mike Marlar. 7th is Brandon Shepard. 8th is Tyler Erb. 9th is Carson Ferguson. 10th runs Tim McCready. We see the battle back here between 99 and 111. Devin Moran and Max Blair. 31 laps to go. Moran now, he'll have to get around Pinkress out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway as Thornton enters turn number 3. He's got a good sizable lead right now with the 49. but that could change in a hurry as they come off of turn number 4. 30 laps remaining into turn 1. Ricky Thorpe Jr. down the back straightaway looking for his first win in the Hillbilly 100, his 13th Lucas Oil victory of the year. Off of turn number 4, Davenport trying to stay close enough here to make a late race run as you see Brandon Overton from 21st to 5th in 76. 71 laps complete here. They're going to pick up the tail of the field. Dan Ebert right now. Dan Ebert, the final car in the lead lap. Dan runs 14th. Mikey Marlar, Brandon Shepard going at it. Marlar 6th, Shepard 7th. Moran and Blair, they stayed close together there. Almost got together down in turn number 2 there, but they're about a straightaway behind the top 2 here. And right now, Jonathan Davenport's going to close the gap down the main straightaway. This last quarter of this race could get interesting if it stays green. It's 0.6 of a second for Thornton over Davenport out in turn number 2. Eases it into turn number 3. Thornton throw it off at turn 4. Not as high as he's been going, about a half a lane lower as they go into turn 1. We'll have 25 to go next time around. You see the battle back here. Carson Ferguson runs in 8th. Tyler of 9th. Tim McCready is 10th. I believe O'Neill's a couple laps down. Here they come now. Your race leader off of turn number 4. 25 circuits to go here at Lernerville. Garrett Alberson, you see there on the screen, he's back to 11th right now. Those drivers all hoping for a caution. Ricky Thornton Jr., Jonathan Davenport off of turn number 4. There you see Drake Troutman. He is running in 13th here tonight in the G.R. Smith 22 Star. Again, Ebert, the final car in the lead lap for the Minnesota driver in car 60 in the James Trantina-owned car. Stretches it out a little bit there. Over Davenport. It's 1.2 seconds off of turn number 4 as we score lap 77. Out of turn number 2. I think, Rush, if you're Davenport, you probably want it to stay green, don't you? Because you're going to get into traffic here with Thornton here again. But I don't know. I've never driven a car. I don't know. Thornton's had it his own way here. Right now, the 49 looking for Arenas Clay Harris is looking for a way to the top there. Trying to find enough grip down the back straightaway. What's going through his mind as he sets him up with 23 to go. Thornton cannot clear Dan Ebert into turn 1. As we'll have 20 to go next time around. The lead is 1 second out of turn number 2. Moran is still 3rd, Blair 4th, Overton 5th. What do you do if you're Ricky Thornton Jr., Russ? He's going to do it right there. He's going to throw it in, and man, you want to avoid contact. I don't think there was any, but Thornton's going to still maintain the lead off of turn 4. So now you have the lap car of Dan Ebert between 1st and 2nd off of turn number 2 with 80 complete. Davenport's just trying to stay close enough here. He can make a late race run in the final 10 laps. We have 19 to go. Into turn 1. Ricky Thornton Jr. out of 2. Davenport now. He will try to clear the Minnesota driver down the back straightaway. He's going to do the crossover on him as he will throw it into turn number 3. Tiptoes around Ebert. Now you have the top 2 here together off of turn 4. 18 laps to go. Meanwhile, Thornton stretches it out a little bit. Will that be momentarily? Davenport gets it back going again. By the way, Devin Moran is 3 seconds behind the battle for the lead. Max Blair trying to stay there as well. I'm not sure if they would want to see a caution, probably. But they are closing the gap. 99 and the 111 have cut it down now. But right now, Thornton's still in control as they head down the back straightaway. Now Moran and Blair are going to have to clear Ebert. This thing stays green as they're in heavy traffic. We could have a 4-way battle for the lead here shortly. Here comes Moran and Blair. Everybody at the top 4 on the same straightaway now. As he's trying to get around Hudson O'Neal is Ricky Thornton Jr. Here comes Jonathan Davenport down the back straightaway. They'll have 15 to go this time around. 20 RT. Davenport. Here comes Davenport through the middle. It's about a car length advantage into turn number 1. 15 laps remaining. Moran and Blair have cut it down. If Moran and Blair can clear Ebert down the back straightaway, they may have a shot. Meanwhile, for the lead, Thornton's going to have to go through the middle. JD as well. Around O'Neill. Thornton, though, man, Moran threw it in on Ebert. You have to do what you have to do, right? Into turn number 1, Devin Moran. Late race run. Let's see what happens out of turn number 2. 14 laps to go. We saw it at Batesville. We saw it last week. Out of turn number 4. It is still Ricky Thornton Jr. 13 laps to go. Into turn number 1. Moran has cleared Ebert. But meanwhile, Thornton and Davenport are slipping away as they are around the G.R. Smith-owned 22 Star. Off at turn number 4. Right now it's a 2-car battle out of 4. Down the main straightaway, as has been for most of this race with 12 to go. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. You see the deficit right there, about 2 car lengths into turn number 3. Davenport setting him up. This is going to get good here at the end. We're about 10 or less laps to go. We're at 11 to go if it stays green. With 10 or less laps to go, it'll be a single file restart if we have a caution. A long green flag stretch of racing. The top 2 in the points right now. And we got a car off the track. I believe that's the 22 Star of Trauman. Evasive action by a couple of drivers, including Moran, as that was a close call as we have 10 laps to go.
Max Blair
and Max Blair and Moran went side by side, and the Coleman Farms Racing caution is out on the racetrack.
Unofficially, Max Blair 3rd, Devin Moran 4th. Let's see if they count that lap or not.
That's that might be. That might be. We'll see here.
They all got tangled up, bunched up on the back stretch here when the car was pulling off, and it got a little scary.
We'll see what happens here. We'll make it's unofficial right now until we make it official, right, as we like to say. But yeah, Drake Trauman turned hard left to the infield, and that was almost a big wreck back there. We'll double check here. See if that lap is complete. So you're 10 or less laps to go into the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit here.
Yeah, Kenny Schumbrand, a bad vibration down here in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. Crew trying to find out if there's any mud or anything stacked underneath the back of the car, but he got it refired. He might rejoin the field here. I think he might be the only car in the running for the Peluso Roofing $1,000.
He definitely is, because Faree and Flynn are out. So it's Rick Thornton Jr., Jonathan Davenport, unofficially Max Blair is 3rd, then it's Moran Overton is 5th from 21st. Then it's Mike Marther, Carson Ferguson, Brandon Shepard, Tim McCready. Tyler was 10th, and it's Alberson, Boom, Ebert, Troutman was 14th, but he is out.
James, 10 to go. It is go time.
Now Davenport's just, those two guys, it's a cat and mouse game, right? I mean,
well, you got Max Blair up there. He's really hungry. Devin Moran still got a good chance to get in there
right.
as well.
And they were closing on the top 2, and then they had problems with the lap car trying to get around them, and that cost them some time. But right now they're going to be bunched up here, single file.
How about Brandon Overton?
Oh yeah. We did get it in. It's a leader plus 3, and it was exactly leader plus 3. 10 to go now. 90 complete. 10-lap shootout, Russ. And Davenport pointing out something. There may be something on the track down there in turn number 1.
Good shot of the track here, James. You can just see how slick that track is right now.
Oh, it's a drive shaft. Well, that's a problem. I wonder if that, well, because Troutman went out on lap 88, so we'll find out what happened with whose drive shaft that is. Well, 10 to go to settle it. on a Saturday night in Western Pennsylvania. The top two in the points. Yes, Garrett.
Yeah, that was Kenny Schottenbrand's drive shaft on the front straightaway there. He pushed him back out, and he said, I think that's when it fell off when he came back out of the Heartbeat hot pit. So Kenny Schottenbrand drive shaft, he's done for the night.
Yeah, and he's going to get that $1,000 bonus, courtesy of Peluso Roofing.
He's going to need it, James. He has a drive shaft problem.
Yeah. All right, 10 to go. Remember Max Blair at the Firecracker? He could be a contender here if he runs the bottom. And it'll be a single file restart, 10 or less laps to go in this race. Thornton has led every lap tonight. Like we said, one misstep. That turn 4, he gets that right rear right there on that cushion, and if he jumps it, could be problems, but he's managed so far to maintain the lead every lap tonight. Rob Penrod, the 1 to go signal. So it'll be Thornton, Davenport, Blair, Moran, Overton, Marlar, Ferguson, Shepard, McCready, Erb. Deep breath, here we go. All right, Nutrien Solutions restart zone, 10 to go for $30,000 off at turn 4, back underway. Davenport will shoot to the bottom as they head down the main straightaway. Trying to get a bite down there, he's going to swing it way out wide. Will he try to diamond up the corner? Davenport's going to go for the lead on turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Down the back straightaway for the first time in this race. Will we have a new leader? Oh man, they almost got into it. Into turn number 3, they're going at it off of 4, and Thornton still has the lead. What a lap. Oh, baby.
James, they really got together coming off the back stretch there.
Yeah. Going to be interesting again in our post-race if they finish that way. Max Blair, 111. Max Blair trying to get a bite. Moran 4th. 5th is Overton, but all eyes on the top 3. Man, we almost had a new leader for the first time in this race other than Ricky Thornton Jr. as they head down the back straightaway. But Davenport went for it, and Thornton held the lead with 7 to go. Max Blair trying to get second out of turn number 2, but right now Davenport, 6 laps to go. Davenport come to the top. Ricky Thornton Jr. still out of turn number 4. Down the main straightaway, 6 laps remaining. 5 to go signal from Rob Penrod next time around. Boy, on that restart, Davenport went low and swung it way up wide, and it almost worked. But Ricky Thornton Jr. stretches out the lead out of turn number 4 with 5 circuits to go. Blair 3rd, Moran 4th, Overton, Marlar, Ferguson, Joyner out of the race. McCready is 8th, Shepard 9th, Turbo is 10th. Stretches it out into turn number 3. Off at turn number 4, looking for his 13th win of the year in the Lucas Oil Late Modern Series. Career win number 55. He's 4 laps away from that, pending the UNO8 scales. Down the back straightaway. You know he wants a PSG because there is no problems for him. He's about a half a track ahead of the tail end of the field. Into turn number 1 goes the driver, now living in Indianola, Iowa, with a native of Chandler, Arizona, looking back-to-back in the Lucas Oil Late Modern Series. Got his first championship a year ago. Midwest Sheet Middle Point leader. Off at turn number 4. 2 laps to go for the 20 RT. Down the back straightaway. Bobby and Jessica Kohler, mid-year last year, Mount Airy, North Carolina. Off at turn number 4. Barron's Performance, 1 lap to go for Ricky Thornton Jr. For his first Hillbilly 100 win, $30,000. Down the back straightaway. Cornet Power under the hood of the 20 RT into turn number 3. And Ricky Thornton Jr., pending the UNO8 scales, wins the Hillbilly 100 here tonight at Lernerville. Second spot is going to be Davenport. Third, Blair. Fourth, Moran. Fifth is going to be Overton. Sixth is Marlar. Seventh, Ferguson. Eighth is McCready. Ninth is Shepard. 10th is Tyler Erb. So unofficially, your Hoker Trucking Hard Charger, Brandon Overton, 21st to 5th here tonight. As those top 5 will go to the scales to make it official. And Aaron Moorbacher will talk to the Big River Steel podium right now. Unofficially, it's Thornton Davenport and Max Blair, your top 3. Don't forget, we have the Ohio Valley Steel Blocks. Their main event coming up. 50 laps will be coming up next. So the Hoker Trucking Knights Companies, Coleman Farms Racing, Ultimate Towing and Recovery, Elite Ready Mix, Capital Waste, Sunoco, Ratios, EMD Wrap Certified Inspection. Zach Fields, the crew chief, Skylar Cooper and Nick Hardy, the crew on the Longhorn Cornet power plant for Jack Cornett. $30,000. And he'll be one of the last cars up onto the UN08 scales. Dollar menu at the main concession stand. Before you leave, take something home with you. Don't forget, with the Ohio Valley Steel Block feature, a dollar menu, main concession stand. Hot food only, not cold food, but hot food. What about 50 cents for cold food? So unofficially, your top 10, it's Thornton, Davenport, Blair, Moran, Overton, Marlar, Ferguson, McCready, Shepard, Erb. 11th, Boom. Then Alberson, Ebert, McIntosh, Pinkerus. Then O'Neill, 2 laps down. Then Joyner, Troutman, Schultenbrand, Harris, Zarin, Hilsebeck, Lawler, Flinner, Faree, Bronson, Dietz, and Chubb Frank. The Peluso $1,000 goes, I believe, unofficially to Kenny Schultenbrand. So we'll check the droop in the weight rule. Again, it's 23.50 normally in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. You get a pound per lap burn off in the main event only. So we can weigh 22.50 minimum. Here he comes. He did it. He earned it, didn't he? I mean, he had to hold on for that one. Davenport was all over him for most of this race, but he stretched it out near the end, and 1.3 seconds as that last restart, Davenport went for it, and Thornton held him off, and he's in victory lane here tonight. How about it, fans? Out at Chandler is on his first Hillbilly 100 win. Big round of applause for your winner, Ricky Thornton Jr.
Down here in Lucas Oil Victory Lane, his first Hillbilly 100 win. He led all 100 laps, but I tell you what, watch that race. Davenport was all over him. Of course, Moran on those restarts. Had to run he ran the slider line pretty much the whole time. He's going to climb out of the car. How about it? RTJ Ricky Thornton Jr. Hooker Trucking, Kohler Motorsports, 20 RT in Lucas Oil Victory Lane. Gets the Marburger tea from the Thompson family here at Lernerville. And Ricky, you led all 100 laps, but I tell you what, the restarts and of course Davenport, all of you, what was it like out front the whole time, but also trying to make sure that no one passed you for all 100 laps?
It was tough. I'm glad that first yellow came out. I didn't really get that great of a start and let JD get out in front of me. And I felt like whoever got out front was going to be the one to beat. It didn't matter if your car was better than theirs or not. So I just feel like we tried a bunch of stuff today, and I feel like we got a lot better. I think we still need to get a little bit better once it finally cleans off. But overall, just a really good night for us. Obviously, you gotta start your night off good, qualifying, have a good heat race, a good start to the feature. But I got hats off to my boys. Evan's here helping this weekend. Nick, Skylar, Zach, Seth, all the fans for coming out. My wife, my kids, I wish they were here, but who knows? Maybe we can have them here next time.
You were running the slider line pretty much the whole time. On the ragged edge off each corner, was that where you felt most comfortable, or during that long green flag run you kind of found the bottom in the middle? Where were you most comfortable here at Lernerville?
Yeah, I felt kind of sliding myself in 3 and 4. At least then it kind of took away the top line where like I knew no one was going to be able to get out and just Hail Mary around me. We got to traffic and I felt almost better around the bottom, but I feel like you slow your pace down so much once you get to a lap car, and I just didn't know if I needed to stay down there. That last restart, I felt like I got a decent start, and I saw JD under me, so I'm like, all right, like drive into one hard, slide myself, and I don't know, he had a heck of a run off of 2, and by the time I heard him, it was already too late, and I was into him. Obviously, I know he's going to be mad, but hey, you definitely don't want to run a competitor off the track like that, and like I said, by the time I heard him, we were already together. Really, I thought he was going to drive under me, so kind of sucks there. Got a little bit of damage off that, but overall, like I said, just great night. I think all the fans are coming out. Hooker Trucking, Certified Inspection, SRI, Bill Stein Shocks, Longhorn Chassis, Knights Companies, Coltman Farms, Sunoco Race Fuels, American Racing Pro Series Wheels. Every time you come to Lernerville, you know you're going to have a big curve, and I'm glad our stuff stayed together. Strange Oval. Just all the partners, FK Rod-Ins, Dynamic Drive Lines, Cornet Racing Engines. Just excited for our night.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How about our race fans? RTJ Ricky Thornton Jr., your Hillbilly 100 champion.
Jonathan Davenport comes home in second. Max Blair third. They'll be on the Big River Steel podium tonight. There you see John Thompson family. Great job this weekend. Again, we still have one more event to go, the 50-lap Ohio Steel Block feature. And Garrett, down to you with Jonathan Davenport, your runner-up here tonight.
Yeah, here with JD ran second pretty much the whole time. Kind of felt like you keep your car straight, kind of keep the momentum up. But what was your viewpoint of the lap 10 restart? We tried to get around Ricky there on the backstretch.
Yeah, I got a pretty good restart, and I was gonna try to slide him getting in one, but just like a couple other times when I get a run on him, I knew he was gonna come all the way to the bottom, so I was either gonna crash us both or whatever. So I didn't want to do that, so I moved back to the top and got a really good run. And I doubt he saw me, but if he heard me, whatever. That's he says he didn't. So anyway, it is what it is. Like he said, though, it's whoever got out front was going to be really hard to beat. And up in the tower, they're so inconsistent with their calls on their cautions. There's several different instances, where the leaders are not to the flag stand or the top 3 anyway, and they want to get that first lap in the heat races, but. They say they don't make judgment calls, but it's pretty much bullshit. So anyway, I just want to thank everybody for coming out. Thank Nutrient Ag Solutions, AC Warranty. Good job to Ricky. He done everything he needed to do there. I tried running all over this place, and I just never could really get to him enough to get even with him getting in the corner. Besides that one time. So anyway, congrats to Max there. It's bad to run second, but then, just this championship coming up, that's 10 more points. That's 3 in a row for Ricky. So he's got 30 points on us in the last three nights or 3 races. So anyway, we're just going to have to dig deep and, when it comes to this championship, try to find a little bit more. But just really proud of my guys. They give me an awesome car again, put us in contention to win, and, we just couldn't quite get the job done. But like I said, Nutrient Ag Solutions, AC Warranty, Dynagrow Seed, Bill Stein Shocks, Longhorn Dynamics, Longhorn Race Car, everybody back at Longhorn. They worked on us a new car a couple of weeks ago, so definitely thanks them. We had a Cornet in tonight, I think. And anyway, Cornet, Clements, they both do a great job for us. Everybody helps us on this thing can't thank them enough. And yeah, Lernerville's fun. And well, you know, a win at the Firecracker, that was cool, and a second here in the Hillbillies. So yeah, we like this place.
Congratulations on the second place run.
Yeah, thank you.
How about it for JD? Jonathan Davenport, your runner-up finisher.
Well, Pennsylvania, Max Blair, the highest finishing Keystone State driver, winds up on the Big River Steel podium tonight in third place in the 111.
You got third here at the Firecracker. Started 13th, had your work cut out for you, but 2 third-place runs against these guys. You can't complain about that.
No, not at all. I love this place when it gets slippery like that. I just, I need to get better in the heat races so I can start a little better than 13th. But we were really good there at the end of the race. So congrats to Ricky. He's on a roll. It's getting down to crunch time for these guys in this championship. So it's cool to see him popping off all these wins. Hopefully he can keep it up and go back to back with that. But I got to thank everybody that helps me out. My car owner, Brad and Mallory, everybody with Centerline Motorsports for believing in me, and all my sponsors, Riggs Fiber, Centerline Motorsports, like I said, the Gable Inn, Creek Pizza and Pub, Tavern 618, Creekside Auto Sales, C&J Dairy, Upstate Auto Group, Murphy's Logging, Deer Lakes Bowl, Coltman Farms, Bilstein Shocks, Longhorn Chassis, just everybody that helps us out. I couldn't do it without everybody. We got a ton of great people behind us, and I couldn't do it without all of them.
Congratulations on third place run.
Yeah, thank you.
Max Blair running out your Big River Steel podium. James, great night of racing here for Hillbilly 100 weekend.
Yeah, Garrett, thank you very much. Great job this week. And again, your top 10, Ricky Thornton Jr., your winner. Then Jonathan Davenport, Max Blair, Devin Moran, Brandon Overton. Then Mike Marler, Carson Ferguson, Tim McCready, Brandon Shepard, and Tyler Erb, your top 10 here tonight in the Hillbilly 100. And here is our race recap of what happened. It'll show in the box score. Again, we had that first start of the race. Thornton had actually dropped back to fourth, but we had 3 cars involved in an altercation in turn 4 for a complete restart. He used that right rear right there against that cushion in turn number 4 all night long, it seemed like. And that last restart, I'd like to see that last restart again with 10 laps to go. There you see Corey Lawler, unfortunately, mechanical issues out of this race. See Davenport Moran ran in third for most of this race. Moran did get second there, but here we go. There's a little bit of contact between, well, a little more than you see that bump there between the 20 RT and the 49. Ricky Thornton Jr. goes on to win here tonight, $30,000 in the Hillbilly 100. So the Peluso Roofing top driver here at Lernerville, $1,000. That's going to go to Ken Schultenbrand. As you see the Big River Steel podium down there with Thornton, Davenport, and Max Blair. Garrett, final thoughts? Well, the box score will show he led every lap, and I tell you what, Davenport there, I thought maybe on that last restart, but they got together down the back straightaway, and it was Thornton from then on.
JD threw everything but the kitchen sink at him, and man, he thought during lap traffic he had a chance, and Ricky's going to go down an alternative victory lane, so all you fans that are still here at Lernerville, go down and say hi, check him out. James, it was an honor to work with you. Got to thank Dustin, Jared, Ben, Sheldon, everyone at Flow Racing for having me. It's been a great weekend here. A lot of action, a lot of movers and shakers, and can't wait to see you guys back here at Firecracker. But, hey, it's going to be an awesome race for the championship here in the next couple months.
No doubt about it. Great working with you. Garrett Moorbacher is, well, Robbie, the confetti is safe for another week. The Thornton kids not here again. They were not at Port Royal. And so we'll have to wait on Knoxville to see him, I'm sure, in the Indianola, Iowa, where Ricky Thornton Jr. lives, as we'll be at Knoxville coming up. Our next Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series race. All Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series races are here on Flow Racing. Don't forget tomorrow here on Flow Racing at Eldora, the Baltas Classic. That'll be at 6 o'clock with the Ironman Series, plus modifieds and super stocks. And then the World 100 next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. 2 $12,000 to win feature events on Thursday, like program on Friday, and then $72,000 to win 1 week from tonight, the 55th World 100. We're going to take a break. Robbie DeVore will be coming up next to top off the night. You've been watching the Lucas Oil 800 Series presented by Flow Racing from Lernerville Speedway. The Ohio Valley Steel Block feature is coming up next. We'll be right back.